Hey, what's going on, guys? So the reason I'm making this video now, I did make a previous video about my fuse box right here. Okay, if you remember, if you saw the other video, if not, go ahead and go back to it. I wish I had the knowledge to link it. Anyways, you'll notice that I took this whole top piece off. Okay, look how well new it looks. Okay, you just lift these little tabs up, okay, up here, and there's one back there. Okay, you lift those up, you pull it out, and it just plugs in. And I discovered that the fuse box is actually well, basically a big circuit board. And what started all this is you can see I've got some circuits there. Okay, those are additional circuits that I'm going to add into the system. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it right now. I am going to move the ground to, you can see right there, put a ground stud in the fender. Right now the ground is going right there, and it looks kind of nasty. So I'm going to clean all this up. I don't know how I'm going to put all of these hots into here, but I'm going to redo this. And just to remind you, if you don't remember or you didn't see the other video, the reason I decided to replace the fuse box is because I was getting I got a check engine light with like 20 codes. When I clear it, all of a sudden now I only have 8 codes. I clear it, now all of a sudden I have 15 codes. I had read somewhere online, or I saw on YouTube or whatever, that replacing that box out ends up fixing that issue. And I just drove it down to Circle K and back. I didn't have my check engine light come on. And the other thing that I have noticed is when you try to activate the cruise control will not activate even if you don't have a check engine light. So my cruise control activated, that's all good. So anyways, yeah, underneath this, when I pull this all apart, you'll see in the other video what it looked like. I used contact cleaner, and I sprayed it down. I pretty much emptied a can on it, and then I covered it all with dielectric grease. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with dielectric grease has 2 main characteristics. One, it enhances the conductivity, and 2, it helps, I think it either helps prevent corrosion or it's anti-corrosive. I'm not sure which. I also did some I ended up replacing this piece here. I ended up using dielectric grease on the terminals here, because there's like 3 terminals in here. You can see this wire here, and then if you look, you'll see all those wires connected. They've all got dielectric grease. And actually, this wire here, okay, that goes to right there, right here. Okay. Problem was I don't know what I did with the nut when I took it off of the old one, but this did not come with the nut. So what I had to do is, of the 4 terminals there, only 3 are used. You can see, or actually 5 terminals, only 4 are used. You can see that gap there, right there-ish. Okay. I stole that nut, I put it here, okay, and I started my engine. I let my engine run for about 20 minutes. I did not have a check engine light. I took my wife's car, I went down to Lowe's, I got the appropriate size nut. I put the OEM nut here, and I put the new nut underneath that little black cap. And of course I had to take that whole cross brace apart. If you've got a Silverado, you know what it's like. Yeah, and I was having an issue with my battery draining, and the reason was, let me show you. So what I did you can see I've got lights in the bed of my truck, right? Okay, there's a switch right there. Okay. Oh, nice. So it was a push button switch that I didn't pull it off. I didn't turn it off, and those lights ran down my battery. So I had to come up with this rollerball switch concoction, which looks like it is having issues. Oh, there it is. So I fixed that. You can see the light, and it's off. Okay. So, but the biggest point of this video is I wanted to point out this to you. Like I said, if you have seen the other video, you can go back and look if you haven't seen it. But yeah, it looks like the fuse block did take care of it. The only issue that I had, aside from that nut not being here, is like this fuse box here. It has slot 73. I think 73 is a J-case fuse. I forget what it's for. But when you look at the little map on the cover, because the cover's got a map on it. Let me just open this up and show you what I'm talking about. See, so there's a little map on the cover, and it tells you what fuses are what, right? There, 74. That is not on the other fuse box, doesn't have it. Fuse 74 is that little 30 amp J case right there, right next to that relay. That is not in my other fuse box. You'll also notice that this big fat one that's labeled 71, okay, that's the 71 is in the picture, and it tells you what it is over here, but there is no relay there. And I pulled all the relays out of my old fuse box. I didn't hold on to any of the fuses or the J-case fuses, but I kept all the relays, and I didn't have a relay to fit into that spot. So and then there's some other stuff here. You can see there's some like electronic parking brake, which I don't have, which is like this one here, I think, or I don't know, but I compared them. I did confirm with GM Wholesale that this fuse block here is proper for my VIN. I gave him my VIN number. So yeah, and this fuse box is normally about 550, 580 if you go to the dealership. But online it was like 370, but after shipping and taxes it ended up being 430, which I still ended up making a deal. So anyways, that's it for this video. Yeah, if you know someone who's got an issue with their check engine light and like multiple codes, this is something they may want to look into doing. I've heard of the fix, I've seen the fix. And also keep in mind, this fuse box has also got some built-in relays that are actually built in on that circuit board that I was telling you about. Like, for example, I think the turn relays are built in here. So there's like 6 relays. I don't know exactly what they're all for, so that's just something for you to keep in mind. So yeah, that was it. All I have to do now is like I said, I gotta clean this up, but that ain't gonna be hard. So anyways, yeah, if you know someone who's doing this, if you're running into this issue, you share the video, and if you want to see my next video, go ahead and click on that subscribe, and until the next video. All right, I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.